Welcome everyone. Okay, so today we're going to talk about something really weird that I found, but also really cool. So we're talking about, it's a bit of a niche topic, is a thing called discovered grips. Now these are ordinarily something that happens in two-dimensional puzzles, where as you shuffle the pieces around, suddenly a new turning axis opens up. And they happen occasionally in three-dimensional puzzles, but not often. And what's unusual is that if I've got this right, I think I've found some discovered grips on Radiolarians. So for anybody unfamiliar, the Radiolarian puzzles, they are face-turning icosahedra at various cut depths. Right here I have a Radiolarian 14, so it's a very deep cut depth. And when I did my video showing this puzzle, I commented on how there are these giant blocks of pieces that jumble. But something I didn't point out, which is also true, is that you can actually jumble the center axes. And when you do that, something weird happens. So if you look at this, I just shifted it. The cut lines up so that we can jumble this just right along here. So I just pushed that up. I'm going to turn this one, let's see, we'll just move this one over. And then now, this is where things get weird. It looks like this band, I'll just show you, it looks like this band should be able to turn, and it can't. You can see this with the puzzle. That's the weird thing. And the reason that it can't is because every time you turn a center band like this, it's rotating the core of the puzzle. This is a shells mechanism, Radiolarian 14, not rails, not magnetic. And so when you turn this, it moves the very center of the puzzle, the core, and attempting to turn along this axis now is trying to turn the puzzle along an axis that doesn't exist in the core, because the core's been reoriented and there's just no turning axis there. Even though all of these outer turning pieces look like they're lined up, these are the jumbled ones, and the core is not oriented so that this turn works. And it turns out, I've been playing with the various puzzles that I have on hand. This kind of thing can happen with anything between, or from a Radiolarian 7 all the way up to a Radiolarian 14. I just happened to notice it on the 14 because I was messing with these jumbling these center bands, these slice cuts of pieces, or these slices of pieces instead of the larger groups of pieces on the outside. So, following this process down, I'm going to show on some more shallow cut Radiolarians that I have on hand just to demonstrate the idea of what's going on. So here's the radio bridge. So this is a Radiolarian 8 in the shape of dodecahedron. So let's see if I can do the same thing. I will take a center slice of pieces. Hopefully I'm doing this at roughly the same orientation. I don't actually remember how I did this. Okay. Then I will turn. Okay. So now we'll do another center slice to the side. And I think, no, other direction. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yes. All right. Now, once again, we're in a situation where you can see this giant band, or this giant center band of pieces looks like it should be able to turn, and it can't. And the key thing here is that, so, well, I'll show. It's locked up, both sides. Now, where should the center of the turning axis be? Well, should be right about here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this, or I'm going to undo those jumbling moves, but instead of moving the center slices, I'm going to keep the center slices in the same place and do normal jumbling turns. So like this. And let me see, where is, there it is. Okay, I went all the way around. Anyway, so if you can tell, the puzzle rotated. The turning axis would be about, or axis would have been right about here-ish, I think, possibly here, somewhere in this zone. And that is not where either of these turning axes are. And these actually, I was doing the outer turns, not moving the core this time. this is where the actual turning axes were on the core. And this is where the turning axis that showed up was. So we have a discovered grip on a Radiolarian. And if we go even shallower, I tried to do this on a Radiolarian 3 and did not succeed, because once you start seeing Radiolarian 3 parts, other than basically the pentagons and these kind of distorted hexagon things, the centers of the turning axes, all the other pieces just start blocking things. So I'm going to do the same demo on a Radiolarian 6, hopefully not mess it up for you. And then I'll show you where things start to block up. And this one is notoriously difficult to keep in frame, but I will try. All right, so we'll do the center slice, move it up. I think that's it. And then, all right, turn. Then I'll do another center slice, I believe like this. Yeah. And then the original center slice should be allowed, or would be allowed on something like the Radiolarian 8. And if we follow the line along here, this is one of the cuts, we start to see that these Radiolarian 3 petals are getting in the way. And we follow the line along here, we also see that these big turning centerpieces are getting in the way. And so that's blocking. And so Radiolarian 6, this is the deepest cut one that still has this blocking behavior. But it's the if you're going shallow from the deeper, anyway, it cuts off at 7. The point is it cuts off at 7. Radiolarian 7 has this hidden discovered cut behavior. Radiolarian 6 does not. As you can see, it's blocked. Anyway, but again, the turning axis would be right here, ish. And if I undo the turns, we will see that it's pointing us, I'm not sure if it's quite on the edge or just near it right here, but it's pointing to a turning axis that would be right about here. So, discovered cuts on a Radiolarian. That's highly unusual. Really interesting find. Thank you.